So uncivilized.
Hey, y'all. Greetings and welcome to the Uncivilized Scoundrels. You know what time it is. Me and my boy Mario bringing you the best in Star Wars
Hey,
information.
y'all.
Whoa. We got
Greetings
some
and welcome to the
we got some
Uncivilized.
echoes in the back. What is going on? I hear myself echoing. What's going on with that? Anyway, thanks everybody for actually coming through, man. I'm so excited about tonight, particularly tonight, and to have the panel on board with us. It's exciting times, man. It's so excited to be a Star Wars fan first and foremost. But yes, I mean, we always got stuff to talk about. Even though there's a law, we just got over the Book of Boba. I went back and I binged it. And I was actually kind of like, I watched it over again, and I was like, okay, my feelings didn't change too much, but I see it in a totally different light. I see it in a different way now. So I'm kind of cool. I kind of just got past the rough parts, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But yeah, we've gotten beyond that, and there's not an announcement for season 2 yet, I don't think, but there will be, I guess. So we'll see. But I'm gonna bring in the rest of the panel. We're gonna weigh in on everything else. But tonight, it's about Obi-Wan. It's all about Obi-Wan. We're gonna actually dive in on that. So I cannot wait. Let me bring everybody else in, man. Thanks, and I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. I'm here with an amazing panel. CC3PO could not be here tonight. She's dealing with the storm within her area. We did talk earlier, but we will have her back next week. CC, you are here in spirit as always. I know you'll probably be out in the chat somewhere, but she's part of the fam, so I just cannot wait to get her back here. But hey, everybody else is basically here. We're going to dive in. I'm so excited about tonight. Vinny, how you doing, brother? What's going on with you, man?
Doing good, man. I was bummed I missed last week. I had some, obligations. I couldn't get out of it. I was definitely anxious to talk about the finale with everyone, but you guys held it down, had some great insights, and I echoed a lot of those sentiments,
Yes.
similarly. So we were all pretty much on the same page. There was definitely some highlights, but definitely some disappointments as well. And all we can do now is just, Mrs. Garrett it. Take the good with the bad and keep on rolling and look, eyes set ahead to Kenobi. So I'm excited at the beauty of what Disney Plus is doing is now is even if there's something that we don't love, just a few months away is always going to be something great coming right to the sales. So whatever you didn't like about, Book of Boba Fett, all right, cool. Well, let's just move on to Kenobi, and I can't wait. There's a lot of good stuff on the way, and a lot of good news that we were just privy to, today, yesterday about the show as well that I can't wait to dive into and sink our teeth into as well. So
Hey man, speaking of something great, let's see that shirt.
Yeah, we got it. Let me hold up.
Do not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do not.
Got the swoosh, man. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good, bro.
I mean,
bro, do you have to do the pose, bro? Do you have to do the pose, bro?
Always gotta have Star Wars, what can I say?
I miss Vinny last week, man. It's so good to see you again.
So
Likewise,
good to see you, man, bro. So
man.
glad to have you here. So good to have you here tonight. What is going on in your world?
Well, hello, everybody. Just another wonderful night being able to discuss Star Wars with all of you. And it's always a good night when I can do that, Lael.
Oh, man. We are so happy to have you here and glad that you are on board tonight to talk about Star Wars.
In full elegance.
In all elegance, exactly.
We at the awards. I'm dressed. I'm not dressed for the occasion, man.
Hey man, why are we talking like this, man? What's up with the
when you talk to it just kind of takes it down and you gotta get all super smooth. Maya, I'm saying both. Mia Maya, so glad to have you back tonight. You had such presence last week, and you are flexing on everybody with what you have behind you right now, and at that shirt. Let me bring that in real quick because I see the Ahsoka shirt. Oh yeah, come on, man,
I
come
love
on,
it.
man.
Never see it coming. Nice.
Yeah, right. I love that. So love that. But yeah, what's going on in your world today?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Star Wars. So
The hell you say?
yeah, no, it's so great I was so excited because I was telling my wife, I was like, she goes, "Are you gonna go play with your friends and try Star Wars?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so."
Hey,
So,
Nice.
yeah,
tell her whenever she wants to come on, she can come on as well and just sit right next to and enjoy the show. Tell her.
she loves it too, and
Yeah.
she's fun, but
Yeah,
I
definitely.
2 little ones screaming at me.
Yeah, I hear them. I hear them. They're welcome. They're all welcome. Mario, what is going on? Hey, first of all, Mario, you know why I'm excited, bro? Because I get to hang out with you in a couple months, bro. In a couple months, bro. Star Wars Celebration is coming.
Hell
we get to
yeah,
hang.
man.
Straight up, we get to hang out,
Looking
bro.
forward to that, man. It's
I
gonna be
cannot
dope.
wait, bro.
It's
Let
gonna be
us
fun, man.
go. Let's go. It's gonna be so much fun, bro. I cannot wait.
yeah, bro.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But yeah, man, how you doing today, bro?
Doing good, man. We received some news today that brought my day and my excitement for something from here to here, right? So I think we're gonna get into that in just a little bit, man. But other than that,
Yes,
doing
we
pretty good,
are.
man.
Yes, we are. We are definitely going to get into that. It's so exciting. It's an exciting time right now, and yes, we are going to jump into that, man. I cannot wait. Before we do though, and before I address the chat real quick, I want to bring something up here. My guy Vinny has blessed us with a marquee piece today. Another piece that he actually did. This is something from his repertoire, so I just want to actually bring it up real quick. Yeah, that Cad Bane. Let's talk about that real quick. Bro.
oh,
Yeah,
Let's talk about that real quick, bro.
Wow.
I had to do it with Cad Bane. There was a couple other ones that kind of sideboarded. There's some other pieces that I'm looking forward to jumping onto. I'm gonna put a pin in Book of Boba for a minute, and there's something else I was gonna do for the finale, and I was like, no, I gotta do a Cad Bane. This is mixed media. Like the faraway version is watercolor and then color pencil in bed and marker up front for the headshot. And his appearance on the screen, his debut or whatever, was just phenomenal to me. And as soon as I seen it, I was just sitting there in awe. Like, I have to draw this, and I got to work on coming up with the concept line where the second episode ended. I couldn't wait to draw them.
Yeah.
So
definitely,
yeah,
man.
so all the Book of Boba Fett stuff you can see on my Instagram, and then I'll be getting press for all that ready, and it'll be on the store. So if anybody wants any of that stuff, you can just head to the IG site, and that has the store site, and then all this stuff will be available soon on there once I get my lazy butt to the printers and get some printed up for everybody.
Definitely, man.
I
Wait, you said the close-up one here is marker?
Yes, Copic markers. Yep.
Dude, the detail that's in the face with the shadings, man. You captured the texture on the brim of his hat.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
The shading
That's
is
crazy.
incredible, man. Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, I
crazy.
love it around the eyes.
I feel
Yeah.
like the picture doesn't do it justice though. It looks better in person.
Bro, it looks good. It looks
Damn.
good right here. So I can only imagine how it would actually
job,
look in
man.
person, man. Like that's
Nailed it.
definitely incredible. Again, like I said, if you want to see this piece and more, you can go to Vincent Dunn Art on Instagram. He has it there, and also a link to his store. You know, we'll post up at the end of the show. But yeah, had to reveal this piece, another piece along with Finnick that I will have in my collection. So I already know that, considering the simple fact he lives 2 minutes away from me. So you already know what time.
Vinny,
it is, man.
let me ask you, man. So will there ever come a time when we can possibly get some sort of, I don't know, maybe some sort of Scoundrels, Uncivilized Scoundrels exclusive or something like that? I mean, is that something like that might be in the works?
Yeah, bro.
We'll have to figure something out. No doubt.
We need that, bro.
For sure.
I think we need that.
I'm just throwing it out there, man. Just wanted to kind of plant that seed, you know. So
plant the seed
Yeah.
and watch it grow.
Sit there and plant it. Yeah, we'll fertilize it.
Yeah, we got to fertilize it. We'll plant that seed and watch it grow. But man, this piece is incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate
I'm
it.
definitely all in. This is dope. Let's address the chat real quick, and then we're gonna dive in. We got AJ Agruza in here. Doc Smizzle is in here. Luminar, thank you for coming through. Charlie the Unicorn. Ashley Chase is here. Maz's Toy Box. Thank you for coming through, Maz, my guy.
Maz?
What's going on with you, Maz? We was just on the show and Brother Cousins with him. So, man, thank you for coming through, Maz. Got to get you on the show sometime, brother. Can't wait. We
Shout
got
out to Brother Cousins, man. I mean, Father
yes,
Cousins now, man. Big
congratulations. You got to change his name to Father Cousins now.
Yes, yes, man.
Change that.
Awesome,
and you got to change that, brother. So glad to have him there. Chess Verdon. We got Renz Talentino, another fellow artist in the building. This guy's art is amazing. If you haven't already seen his stuff, his work is incredible. Love Renz's piece. I mean, he's just dropping dimes every other day. Him and Vinny, I'm like, yo, I can't keep up. Matt M is in the building. We got, again, Charlie the Unicorn. We got Amber May is in the building. What's up, Amber? We got Linda. We got Pedro Lopez in the building. We got Prime Time Reviews here. Matt M. We got Gilbert Malzahn is in the building. R. Castro is here. Let's see who else we got. Peter Pacheco is in the building. Ray C. Bob Dylan is actually here. Community Arcade is in the building. Angel. Let's see who else we got. Paul Morales is in the building, and William Owens. And I think we just got like a few more. We got Latoya T in the building. Thank you for coming through. Hey. We got William Owens here as always. So, man, and Chris Elliott is in the building. So, yes, we got a full house, man. And what more? I mean, come on, man. We got some amazing. We might, you know what? Come on, man. I can't wait. I can't just hold it off anymore, man. We got some amazing news. We might as well just go off the top with it. You already know what time it is. If you didn't hear it already, you're going to hear it here first. For those who didn't hear it, our guy, you already know what it is. John Williams is back, baby. He's back for the Obi-Wan. He's actually going to be now. Right now, it says I think he's doing the score. I think he's doing like the intro. We don't know if he's going to be doing any more music in the show, but yo, I'll take what I can get. John Williams is my all-time favorite composer of all time. And this is outside of Star Wars. It's not just about Star Wars. It's about anything he touched is memorable and it makes you feel good. Like here, you know what? My two favorite parts, like two things that make me feel good. Christmas, John Williams. Literally, bro. Like that's just the way it is, bro. It's just a feeling I get. I love Christmas. And I love John Williams around Christmas because everything, his entire score is all about feeling good, bro. And I love it. He touches those emotional beats, and I'm so glad that he is back, bro. I am so, and even like it's like, yo, he says he's retired, he's away from it, and they just bring him right on back. Come on, man. Nah, you ain't going nowhere, John. You ain't going nowhere, John. Let's start with you ladies first. What you think about the news?
I think it's wonderful. I only just heard about it a few minutes ago after coming out of work and hearing this news. I'm so incredibly excited. And, you know, I feel like that this particular series deserves it. We waited so long for this Obi-Wan Kenobi series. You know, it's got to be 3 years, maybe 4 years that we had so much great expectations for this. And I think that this particular series definitely deserves to have Obi-Wan to have that special touch that John Williams always seems to put on so many features and making these memorable moments for us. This is why, you know, some of the many reasons why we love the Star Wars franchise, because we have this music that comes along with the fantasy of Star Wars, and it really has shaped so many of our lives. My ringtones are the music that he's created. Going down the line from everything from you know, humming pretty much every single theme that seems to be created for our favorite characters, and it really is something that's remarkable. One of the first songs that I ever learned how to play was Star Wars. So, you know, I'll never forget that, and how important and how, you know, enchanting the tune and melodies are, not just for the main theme, but for so many of the different passages of music. And I think that he's going to create something, you know, if he actually does end up conducting a symphony or whatever whatever his collaboration will be, I think it's only going to enhance something that we're already so incredibly excited about. So this is fantastic news. Yeah,
it definitely is. I mean, I'm definitely over the moon about it. You know, it's come on, man, it's John. I'm pretty sure you share some of the same sentiments when it comes to John Williams. Let me ask you a question. Have you met and got an autograph from John Williams?
Met, nothing signed.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he Yeah, so I was really lucky. I think so, a lot of us were. There was a thing going around, I think it was about 15 years ago or so, and I think there's been different versions of it. But he was traveling with a few of the like the Boston Philharmonic in different places, and he was actually doing like spot conducting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but just to to add on to all of us, every single movie, the moment you hear a tone, you know Luke's theme, you know Ray's theme. Ray's theme to me, I don't care what people think of the film. To me, Ray's theme is probably one of the most beautiful pieces he's written and performed. But yeah, so the first album I ever bought from it was a Columbia Record House, was a double album and I still have it, of the original Star Wars score. I mean,
Yeah.
those notes and those tunes, and not even just the opening scrawl. But what I really like is that he's going to be tackling Obi-Wan is going to be a different series than any of the others, because it's no continuation. It is going to be 7 episodes, and it's 7. I think they've said, and each one's almost an hour long, and then it's over. So it will sit outside of the series, even though it will be one. It's kind of like a one-off, and it's going to be, I think, more cinematic than what we've seen. They're shooting a lot of real-world locations also, so outside of Los Angeles. So, yeah, I think it was the perfect way for him to kind of bookend the Star Wars universe for us all. And even if it's only 2.5 minutes, it's still going to be perfect. So
Definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, I just oh man, I can't. Yeah. Mario, come on, man. If your day hasn't brightened up after hearing this news, bro, I don't know what else to tell you, man. How you feel about it, bro?
Man, I was floored. I was surprised and happy all in the same time just to see this. I mean, this guy is a living legend, bro. I mean, from the very beginning when we saw the maker putting together the entire film for Star Wars, they were all just like watching it, and like there was no score. It's completely empty, and it was John Williams' music that actually brought that movie to life. And it's carried on throughout the entire franchise, throughout the entire saga of Star Wars, man. And man, this is so exciting. I mean, I think even if we just get it for one scene or for one episode, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, we talked about this backstage earlier. Well, I'll take what we can get. Right now. I mean, just the simple fact, just the fact that John Williams is back. His scores are so recognizable. They're iconic. World renowned. I mean, like I said, he's a living legend, man. And just to have him back for Obi-Wan. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And like I said earlier, man, my excitement level for this show is in check. Was one from here, but just with this news, man, it just went to here, bro.
It just went up, bro.
So it just spiked. It just completely spiked, man. And I'm just so excited to see this, man.
Yeah, and DK, he just turned 90 years old too. You know, that's a fresh 90, and you know he's a relic, bro. Like the thing is, I'm not even gonna speak nothing into existence. I just need to know that look, Star Wars, Lucasfilms, all y'all better have a strong insurance plan for this guy. Keep him around as long as we can, because come on, man, like. He's just a part of my life, my entire being. So come on, man.
But I love how he's. I'm sorry, but I love how he's attached to the franchise, man. I mean, he says he's gonna hang it up, and he did. But when the sequels came around, he's like, "Oh no, I'm back in this. I gotta get a piece of this." And the score came out so great, man. I mean, say what you will about the sequels. I mean, you know, to Mia's point, the scores were pretty damn good.
Yeah,
right. And then to see him again come back for Star Wars is just like it's awesome, man.
Yeah, his definitely Ray's tone is pretty good. I even actually love the prequels, the Anakin and Padme. Bro, it is the most beautiful thing that I've ever heard in my life, bro. Like the tones, like the switches, like come on, man. Like if it, come on, it's John, man. Vinny, how you feel about it now? Vinny, I mean, consider the simple fact that, you know, every summer we got to visit some. Think this summer, like we got Harry Potter.
Yeah.
We're going to actually hear that.
So John Williams is, the Michael Jordan of music, and
Yeah,
what I mean by that is he
Go.
transcends it. It's not
yeah,
like he's just the best at in orchestra. He's outside of it. Um,
yeah,
from not just music perspective, but and of course in film too. Like he's scored like over like 70, 80 films, so many Oscars, and so many different iconic franchises. You would think like at some point it would just like there'd be a miss, but I mean Harry Potter and Superman and Jaws, and it's just like whenever he picks up that phone, it's like you just know you can just lock in that you're going to
yeah,
not only hear something that's going to be a great fit for the film, but it's going to be
yeah.
timeless and iconic. Um, I I am beyond excited. This summer we're doing Harry Potter at the Mann Center, and they're gonna
Yeah.
like show the movie and have an orchestra playing his music, and that is gonna be amazing because again another just epic
It's a
piece
journey.
of him.
Yeah.
And one of my greatest experiences of all time was at the same theater, Mann Theater in Philadelphia, where we went to go see Empire Strikes Back,
Empire. Yeah.
and they had the orchestra playing the score for Empire as they showed the film.
The entire
And,
film.
of course, like John wasn't there, but it was all his his music, and there was just something that was just absolutely breathtaking about the whole experience.
Yeah.
And that's all from what he was able to do from his mind and bringing it out on to paper and to our ears. Just a beautiful, amazing mind and
Hmm.
like unspeakable talent. Just absolute definition of the word legend.
Heck yeah. And you know what? And here's the thing about, when we went to go see that, there were tones, there were actually scenes
There's stuff
where
we didn't hear.
we didn't hear in the film, we didn't hear the music, and it was played so beautifully. It was actually masterful to hear that. It's like, yo, this was actually in the film? Like,
was
you
so-
couldn't.
Because we thought we were going and just basically like if you put your CD in and like play the record or whatever, and we thought we were just gonna be listening to the soundtrack,
Yeah.
but they played along with the film, so there were so
Yeah.
many little pieces of special effects or chimes
Mhm.
or little touches of music throughout the film that we didn't even think of that was probably all part of the process. That was just incredible. So
Yeah.
just as much as having Luke or Han or Leia or Chewbacca or C3, all the OGs transfer into this new wave of Disney films. This is the icing on a cake right here. This is one of the as much as the droids have held all these films together, John Williams has as well. So seeing him be a part of some of this new school Star Wars, even
Yeah.
though it's an OG character, it's still like
Yeah.
new school Star Wars. It's
Yeah.
a great bridge.
Yeah, and I think basically like even if like say for instance they give him he does the intro, like they're gonna have to have something that kind of melds or another composer that's just gonna kind of blend in, to
Right.
give us that. And I think they can. I mean, they could do. They have so many to play with at this point. You know what I mean? I even think the composition with Rogue One was decent. I loved the Rogue One composition. It was beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah.
How they tied it in with the fanfare that we got. So, yeah, man, like it's. I mean, come on, man. It's.
Well,
It's John.
you're a musician, and I think any person that loves music or makes music,
Yeah.
to me, he is more so than anything in Star Wars. He
Yeah.
was the pulse of it. You can hear certain notes of a song.
Yeah.
I can hear the score from Schindler's List, and
Yeah.
there is a note that is played, and I immediately will cry.
Yeah.
It will goosebump me and make me cry.
Yeah.
Any of his films, and what's really, if you really love him, I think one of his best scores, and it's outside the Star Wars universe, is a movie called Munich.
Yep. Yeah.
The score for that, I got goosebumps right now. There's
Yeah.
a moment in that movie that you just
Yeah.
the wailing and the singing and everything, but that's why it gives some kind of credibility to Obi-Wan, and
Yeah.
makes it something special other than just a serialized set in the Star Wars world. To bring back these people that we really love is awesome, and we'll get to see. But I think it's just something. It's like an underlying, like a stamp, like it's over, but we're going to give you something really special.
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the thing about John. I mean, he transcends. I mean, if you think about his work, like literally, like everybody knows his work. Like everybody knows when you listen to the original score for Superman, the classic Superman film.
hell
When
yeah.
you listen to Raiders, when you listen to let me see, Harry Potter, when you basically listen to Schindler's List, when you listen to Star Wars, when you listen to his entire catalog of films, Jaws, when we listen to these films, it's like, yo, that's John Williams. You know that sound. You know what you're basically getting. And everything he touches, like I absolutely agree. He's consistent. He is the most consistent composer. There's not one piece of music that he has ever created that I did not love. Like literally. That's what's so beautiful about the simple fact that we are getting him back. And that just makes me even more. Besides the fact that we're getting the Obi-Wan back, we're getting Inquisitors, we're getting Vader. Like literally, I mean, I'm over the moon, man. Like I'm really, really super, super excited. I know everybody else is as well. I mean, getting all the good news and everything that we've actually heard, I'm just really, really in. But that wasn't the only piece of good news that we actually got. I mean, that wasn't, especially within the last a couple days. We actually got some more good news that actually dropped. And that was the simple fact that we are getting our guy, Bail Organa, back. He will actually be in, and I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. You bring those characters in. Come on, man. Jimmy Smits, you already know. Straight up. Like, I mean, he's just one of the smoothest cats ever. I just loved watching him in the Heights. That's one of my favorite musicals over the summer that we actually watched. That was incredible. But just seeing, yeah. Yeah, Jimmy Smits is just that guy. Vinny, what do you think about this, man?
I'm excited for it. It's one of the the blind spots of the lexicon, right? I mean, they haven't delved too much deep into what it was like for young Leia. Like we kind of, like, you could kind of put the pieces together what Luke's life was like. We get the idea of what it must be like to just be a farmhand, and we all know what it was like because he was bored and just wanted to go and go do adventures and join his friends in the academy and like get out of the family business. So you could fit in the pieces, fill in the blanks with what Luke had to go through in his childhood up until when we met him in The New Hope. But it's very kind of ambiguous what Leia's childhood was like. So I don't know how much of that we'll see in this, or how much we'll see of Bail Organa. But I love that there'll be involving that. I mean, it's like I said, there wasn't really much dug into what she went through, and what she went through had to have affected her as an adult.
Yeah.
Or as deciding not to join Luke and become a Jedi and decide to do more good from a political standpoint. So it's very interesting to see what led to her wanting to basically be more of the people, woman of the people, as opposed to above the above the law superhero type of a totally different path. And I feel like that had a lot to do with Bail's influence in raising her and what she must have went through and had the diplomacy ingrained in her at a young age of how much more of a difference you can make with a pen versus a sword, so to speak.
Yeah. And that I mean, again, it was important upbringing for her, because I think her life with Belle made her stronger as an individual. He taught him and his wife gave her what was needed, the tools that were needed to not only be a strong woman, but a strong leader as well. And if you think about it, like straight up, like Leia is if not one of the most important, but just as important. She's when you think of Star Wars, you think of your Vaders, you think of your Lukes, you think of your Hans, but she's just as iconic as all of them. All of them together is a complete package. You know what I mean? That's just basically the way it is. And to have Jimmy Smits back as Bail Organa, it just shows you how important this character is, and it makes so much sense, being that he has Leia, Obi-Wan has Luke to watch over, which tells me one thing, is that Luke will be, I mean, not Luke, Obi-Wan will be off-world a little bit.
Has to be,
I think
right?
he will. He has to. He has to go off-world. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets around. I hope to God he still has Grievous's ship. I really do. I hope he still has that ship. But yeah, I mean, I'm so happy to see Bell back. What you think about the news?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. Like you, I don't really see Bale going to Tatooine. I'm not saying he wouldn't, but I just don't see him making that trip. And I'm just really hoping that we do get to see Obi go and rendezvous with Bale somewhere where, it's not detected, and, they can kind of keep each other abreast of the situation, because there is a lot of tension going on that we haven't experienced before during this time period. And now we're going to get finally a chance to see that tension of having to deal with trying to constantly, keep this secret. And it's a hell of a secret that they're both keeping, and they both understand. They're kind of perhaps not the exact same situation, but a similar situation, with Luke being somewhat in a more of a secluded area. But like Senator Organa, let's say if he still is a senator at this point, they're not exactly sort of like in exile, are they? I mean, they're not quiet, they're not unknown. And, culturally, they're incredibly significant to the world that they're on, which I believe is all they're on. But, I'm just trying to think in my mind, how on earth could they manage to do this? And it must have been a considerable amount of effort, a considerable amount of time to try and keep things under wrap of the truth of what's going on. And you're right about Leia being sort of the central figure. She's one of the first persons that we see in the Star Wars universe, really. And so many of almost, I don't know, I wouldn't say all the films, but a lot of the animated series tie her in somehow. And, Rogue One kind of has her at the end, right? And, we so heavily associate so much of the lore with her. She knew who to contact, and it's because, the relationship that Obi had with her father, her adoptive father. So, that is incredibly significant. And I do want to know more about Bail Organa and his wife, and what it was like to bring up Leia under these unusual circumstances, because that she's not an ordinary child. She can't be an ordinary child, so, and of course she's a princess. So
definitely.
So, one thing after another, it really has to be just an incredible endeavor for us to even be privy to this, to know what Bale is going through, and to possibly hear some of the exchanges between him and Obi-Wan. It's absolutely thrilling. And, I'm looking forward to hearing what other challenges that we are unaware of that are arising. This most unusual twin kind of separation and collaboration. So it's going to be amazing.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Maya, what do you basically think? What are your feelings about, smooth Jimmy Smits being back in the fold? How do you feel about that?
Oh, thrilled. It's so funny because my wife and I, we constantly, when we're finishing up something, we're like, when they say it's time to go, and he's like, so it is. My wife, 3 times a day, my wife goes, and so it is. So I love him. I love him so much. But here's the cool thing. I'm looking forward to, so after probably about a year or two, no one comes stomping around the compound looking for Luke. You're pretty much into the groove. And I never thought that Obi-Wan would just be sitting around, down the street, kind of watching over Luke. So, but here's the cool thing, outside of this, Jedis are hunted at this point. And it's supposed to be. So he can't be Obi-Wan when he leaves this planet.
Yeah.
He can't even go in to buy some Ronto seed, or seed, because he's basically wanted. So what's really cool is Bell will be one of the few people he can actually go and visit.
Yeah.
So what's fun is I think we're going to see a lot of planets that we're not used to, because he can't show his face on planets where he's known.
Yeah.
He's gonna have disguises like Matches Malone for Batman.
There you go. Or just a pair of glasses and a curlicue. But so I think it's going to be really neat that after a couple of years, he would be able to go see Leia Luke will
Yeah.
be all right, and he'll get to see. Someone said in the chat, I agree. I want to see Alderaan so bad.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah.
planet. I love world building. I
Yeah.
love when they give us these different planets. I think that's one of the things I love the most about Rogue One was it took us to places that we hadn't gone before. And anytime, Star Wars gets to do that is always going to be fun. But Alderaan is one of those places we've seen like shots of it, but
Yeah.
I want to see how he's raising her. And there's no reason why he couldn't be part of her life.
Yeah.
Leia's
True.
too. It it's funny because Leia would eventually help me Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I think there is a relationship there. She has some kind of contact with them when she's younger. So I hopefully will get to see that build. But yeah, I like the outlaw factor. I love the fact that like Jimmy's still like in the Senate, but Bell's got to figure that stuff out. So it's going to be neat to see how like Obi traverses the universe now. And I hope he has that freaking Grievous ship too.
Yeah.
I'm so with you. I want to see it all rusted up and beat up. And it also it doesn't have a droid. So that would be something Obi-Wan wouldn't want.
Yeah.
So he's not a fan of. So
Yeah. I'm just to have Jimmy back. It's just nostalgia all over again, man. Like it just
when he shows up in Rogue One, it like
Yeah.
ties it. It throws you right back into that moment where you're like, this is Yavin. This is my Star Wars. I mean,
Yeah. 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 You're absolutely right. And that's just how you feel. And that was the beautiful part of Rogue One is that Rogue One did nostalgia and fan service the right way.
the sets looked like they came off 77.
It did. It felt like it. It felt dusty. It felt gritty.
Yeah.
It was so gritty. I mean, yeah, they definitely did it the right way, and I was super, super, super duper hype about that. My man Mario, I mean Jimmy Smith, bro, how you feel about it, man?
Oh man, it's awesome. I mean, it's nice to see how they're bringing back, or kind of tying that bridge from the prequel trilogy over onto the into the new era.
Yeah.
Or actually in this timeline, in which we still get to see some of the beginnings of the rebellion, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting to see, as you guys mentioned before, with him trying to play dual sides of whatever is left of the Senate or the Imperial Senate, while being low key, to the rebellion. So that's going to be interesting to see, man. And yeah, I'm excited to see the possibilities of what's actually going to happen with him. I mean, Jimmy Smith is awesome. I love him. There was this movie that I forget the name of, where he was where he teaches his sons to box. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
that
was
was
it called?
That one was so good, man. And that's where I felt like he's always been around, but to see him in a role like that, I just thought he just nailed it, man. And
I love him in Running Scared. That's
Yeah.
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 And then he did great in the prequels, man. He had such a presence, and to see him again, like you guys mentioned before, in Rogue One. When I was there, man, I was there at El Capitan in Hollywood for the premiere, man. And then when he came out, the whole crowd was like, yo!
Yeah.
So
Everybody
he's definitely
was
a crowd
super hyped.
favorite, man. Definitely a fan favorite. So yeah, this is awesome. I mean, it's really great that we can get some of these older characters. So again, just seeing the possibility of seeing more Alderaan. We did get a shot of it in Revenge of the Sith, but just to see a more, like, I guess, the
fleshed
day-to-day
out
in a
Alderaan.
sense.
Yeah,
exactly.
like to get a chance.
Yeah,
to
I really want
to
to see that. I mean, so we can actually have some sort of attachment before we ultimately know its fate, the planet.
Yeah,
But-
and the thing
but
is, it's
yeah.
like what we've known about Alderaan, even from the books itself, is such a beautiful and peaceful place.
Yeah.
And that basically they had, I think even based on just their beliefs, like how there were different factions on Alderaan, one for learning spiritual value. There were so many different things about Alderaan that was so pure. It would be nice to visit that world. They said it was like a lot of greenery. It was just such a they had like, and the thing, Alderaan at one point was one of the actual planets that had one of the trees originally. One of the sacred trees, like one of the Jedi relics, you know what I mean? That was one of the spots. And then of course we know that, Luke's ties with, Poe's family, kind of spawned from that too as well. So yeah, I mean, bro, I cannot wait. What'd you say?
I think they're gonna love the opportunity to show us how a quaint, peaceful, loving Alderaan to add more weight to Tarkin blowing it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's an irresistible fruit for them.
You just had to put that in my mind,
and
bro.
I also feel like it's a possibility if we're getting Bail, then we might get Breya too, right?
Yeah.
And I suppose that'll also mean that it'll be a retcon of Leia's remembering her mother. It might be remembering her.
Yeah. I mean, well, they already said there's going to be a young, I forget the girl's name, that's going to be playing a young Leia, in here. So we'll basically see it.
You think we'll get like a young Cara Dune?
Who knows? Who knows? You never know, basically with them. But
we should get a young Wedge. There should be a Wedge Antilles.
Hey, we could get a young Wedge. We could, as one of his friends, and you know what I mean. Yeah, we could. You could definitely see that.
So many opportunities, man.
So many opportunities. You know what I mean. Biggs. We could see so many. You know what I mean. So there's opportunities to see it, and I think that they're going to dive in to that gracefully. But another thing that I'm excited about. Here's the thing: is like I don't know how they're going to do this. Again, there was always speculations, and I know like it was always pushback when, people talked about it. Everybody's like, well, you're retconning something that actually happened, and the original fight, the last time that they basically met, was on Mustafar, and you know what I mean. That was, how do we know? You know what I mean? They said that, but they didn't specify when the last time that they actually met, and and somebody brought up an interesting point. I mean, even when I was talking to my daughter, she was like, well, Vader said, when they met, he was just a pupil. The last time they met, he was just a pupil. Now he's the master.
Yeah, all true.
Yeah, all true. But it doesn't mean that he was basically just it's not talking about just a pupil as being, a Jedi or a Padawan to a Jedi. It could actually be into an actual Sith master, from a Sith to a Sith master. You never know. You know what I mean? So there's so many different things to think about when it comes to it. But I'm just interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how they play it out. Now, we did get this art still from it. And everybody was like, Obi-Wan's going back to Mustafar. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going back to Mustafar. It could just be like a battle-hardened, like a world that's basically been flooded by the Imperials. The garrison could have just slaughtered a whole bunch, and you have Obi-Wan here, tracked down by Vader, led by the Inquisitors. You never know. You know what I mean? So there's so many different things. This is going to be interesting to see how it is actually played out on screen.
That could be a rusty side of a sandcrawler.
Yeah, it could
exactly.
be. It could definitely be. Like, you know what I mean? They could have, tracked him down. Now, the thing is, though, if they track him down on Tatooine, we know he can never go back. So, of course, I don't see Vader going to Tatooine. I don't.
No.
Because then they would necessarily know that Obi-Wan was there, and they would never leave. They would never leave. You know what I mean? So
I think it might be Mandalore, and they're going to shoehorn in season 4.
You think so?
No, I'm joking, but I've
But you never know. That's the thing. You never know.
I never would have thought we got 2 full episodes of Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, so I don't put anything past them. I just wait and see.
So somebody says, Charlie the Unicorn said that the rumor was they were heading to Vader's castle. So it could be Mustafar. We never know. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. So
would you guys be okay with that? Seeing him going to Mustafar again?
I don't think it would. I think it would be a little much. I mean,
yeah, same here, man. I kind of don't want to see it. I
mean,
it's kind of like same with Tatooine as well, man. I mean, I don't want to see actually like to your point. If he knows he's on Tatooine, then basically game over. It just wouldn't make any sense with the story.
Yeah, the intelligence of how to look on Tatooine is it's right under his nose. It'd be the last place you check because it'd be the first place you think you would check. It's almost like it's too simple of a plan for Vader to have even thought of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
why would he hide
yeah.
him there? That's where I'm from. He wouldn't have done that. So I think that's the logic behind Tatooine. But I like the idea of, all right, we're already getting another Tatooine show. Give us,
Mm-hmm.
if he goes off world, let it be off world to planets that we haven't seen, since we're seeing so much of Tatooine. I don't need another,
Yeah.
fight. Like, we get it. They check that box. I'd rather love to see, another planet. There's millions of planets in this galaxy with life. I would love to see one of those.
Yeah.
This could be a city on fire anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What if it could be Naboo? He could be out visiting
Oh.
Padme or something like that, and then here comes Obi. And then
So
I don't know.
that you know what? You bring up a very interesting
He might want
question.
her body.
Yeah.
What if
Yeah,
Vader?
possible.
What if we get that scene? Because I've even seen some art pieces of Vader going back to Naboo, or Anakin going to Naboo to visit, Padme's grave. What if
Mhm.
we get that? What if we get something like that?
Well, was
That would be so amazing, man.
Was that the part where they trap him or try to trap Vader? And like, I guess people who find who are protecting Padme's body or her memory,
Yeah.
and they trap him, and they figure if they go down into this cavern or building and
Mhm.
they get Vader inside, they can kind of cover it up and try and kill him. Is that what you're talking about, Leia?
They figured, so basically they figured, the lore was, they knew that he was eventually going to end up back there, and it was a perfect opportunity for them, to sabotage. But he was in a sense a step ahead of what was going to happen at that particular point. So I mean, I don't know, but and that's a spin that they can put on it, but it might be something totally different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they might play it a different way. Of course, we know everything's canon, and they can kind of change up whatever they want. But it'd be interesting. It'd definitely be interesting. But it just to see this fleshed out again. I don't know. Because the thing is a lot of people had their feelings about it. About that meeting again. And I don't see what the problem is. Like, of course, you want more Vader, and on top of that, knowing. And what were we gonna say, Maya?
I was gonna say I'm one of those people like, and I am far from a purist. OG, original trilogy. I gobble up everything with Star Wars. I want something different than Mustafar fight. I want something that is epically something that will sit on its own, because it has to sit on its own, because if not, you're just getting a cheaper knockoff of a beautiful fight. One of the best parts of Star Wars, next to Duel of Fates, Obi-Wan's responsible for like 2 of the best fights already, and this has to be epic. It has to be at a level of, and that's why I don't want it on Mustafar. I do not want it.
Oh yeah, nah.
I need it. I would love it to be something almost like a Scarif, where it's sunny and bright but snowing, or just something with Vader that stands out. So 5 years from now, I go, that was perfect. That was what we were. That's the fight we wanted. Yeah, and I don't want another lava CGI kind of thing.
I agree.
So basically, just expand the universe in a sense. Don't continue to shrink it, but just make it larger and show us new worlds, like world building. Exactly.
Well, and that's what I was saying is Kenobi has to be a world builder. We could even see Ahsoka show up because she's alive during this time period, and we know that now. So I think that's it leaves the door open if Mace is out there. But give us, I don't mind getting other people on a show. It was one of my drawbacks with Book of Boba was I didn't care characters were coming on the show or The Mandalorian. The thing that was the best part of it for me was when they finally left and went to see what Luke was doing on that planet. I just expand it and give us something, I don't need another Western.
Yeah.
I don't need another version of another thing we've already seen. And I think with this director and the writing team and the people they've put together. I want to see, if he's going to look for Inquisitors or if he's hunting down and helping. He should go to Dagobah though at one point and see Yoda because he's the only one that knows where he's at. So I want to see him get in a ship and kind of leave.
Yeah.
If it's another, what is it, Book of Tatooine? I'm okay with that in my lifetime if we don't get another Tatooine show.
Yeah.
I mean,
and remember, like I said, now it's going to be Tatooine, not Mos Espa, but Tatooine. I mean, it's going to be Tatooine. It's going to be like we're going to see Mos Eisley. You know what I mean, and not Mos Espa. We're not going back there. It's
no more scooters. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
We're saying no more Mos Vespa.
Yeah, we're not gonna Mos Vespa. We're not gonna basically see none of that. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, there's so much potential with it. And also basically potential to see, where, what Ben, and again, we're getting a younger version, a much younger Vader, a more agile Vader. Basically, he's still licking his wounds off of that defeat. You know what I mean? And he's still coming into his own, learning himself. You know what I mean? So that it's going to be really, really interesting to see how they play Vader. You know what I mean? And we did get some scenes where they said that we're going to see him in the Bacta tank again. Still trying to heal. Still in the meditation chamber. But I'm basically what I want to see is a conflicted Vader.
Do we have a time period on this yet?
10 years after Jedi, right?
10 years
after Sith?
No.
After
the Sith. Yeah.
10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. So it's 10 years after.
11. Yeah, ish.
Yep.
10 or 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see a more still conflicted Vader who, is still, mourning the loss of Padme, conflicted about his decisions, to portray the Jedi Order, conflicted about whether or not, he did the right thing, just that type of a situation.
We're going to get the Rebels. So we have a chance to see Ghost, all of, Kanan. There's a lot of people alive during the 10 years after period. So
yeah,
there's so much.
There's a lot that happens in that time period that they could touch on. It's really, they do get in that gray area where like having Vader back just makes you, you have to be careful not to spend too much of the show focusing on, all right, what's Vader doing? Because that's just as much, if not more, interest to a lot of people too. Because everyone's been calling for, a Vader spinoff, despite the fact that they're all Vader spinoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, that would be obviously, they have to kind of like tether how much of that, they give us, because Vader is out hunting Jedi for years. They could do 10 seasons on Vader hunting down Jedi and conflicting with the Emperor. There's so much that they could do with him. So they have to be careful not to give us, no more than just enough to satiate.
Yeah, interesting. We got Dylan Compton said, it's my opinion that Obi-Wan should never leave Tatooine since his utmost priority is to protect Luke. However, perhaps he may leave that's necessary to track someone who discovers him or Luke. You never, I mean, there's so many different ways. And if he entrusts the welfare of Luke with, Owen and Beru, that he knows that that's the least likeliest place that they're going to actually check is with them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that, trusting them with, trusting Luke with them is a smart decision, so he can actually figure out what is going on with the Republic, what is going on with the galaxy.
He's not looking ever for the kids because he doesn't even know he has kids.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of worry you have to for Luke.
He knows that Padme was pregnant, but he doesn't know whether or not the kids were alive
or not.
If they survived, so that's that's the interesting part. Yeah.
He's on Tatooine to look after Luke, but he's a few miles away. It's not like he's got a tracker on his phone, or he's just, it's
Yeah.
not like you even could be in the neighborhood, just like in a car waiting outside, looking at Luke playing in the backyard, seeing that he's okay.
Yeah, it would be
so
a boring
obvious.
series though if he's just sitting
So,
around.
Yeah, it would be really creepy and weird if he was just hanging out. But so it seems one likely that he, Obi-Wan could be going off planet doing other things to ensure Luke's safety, to make, do all these ancillary things that no one even realizes that he's doing for his safety. But at the same time, something could be happening to Luke without Obi-Wan even realizing. It's really odd that he chose that he needed to stay in Tatooine too, if he felt like, that he was safe with his uncle and aunt. Because if something had happened and Luke's family was attacked, how long would it be before Ben even knew? It's not like he was texting him every day.
Well,
wasn't it Yoda that told him to go over there?
What'd you say, Mario?
No, wasn't it Yoda that actually told him to go back to Tatooine and take him to his family and just basically watch over him? So
yeah, but Luke knew his friends were in trouble a galaxy away. He could have known that Luke was in trouble anywhere he decided to hang out.
Yeah. Well, because Yoda just entrusted him to take Luke. And with Obi-Wan knowing that, Lars, had married his mother, and knowing that, that's pretty much where, they found, Anakin in general, that's pretty much he felt might have been more of a safe haven in a sense, which we know now. I'm not gonna say it was a mistake, but I mean it's still occupation there. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they play it, man. I'm
wondering if they actually developed that relationship between Owen and Obi-Wan as well, because I don't know if you guys know in the comics where Luke ends up in Obi-Wan's hut and he sees like an old journal that actually flashbacks to that, to where Owen just doesn't want him around anymore. So I would love to see that build up tension, between the two, and just Owen just want like Obi-Wan just to stay out of Luke's life and everything. So I think that'd be hella interesting.
Yeah, to see the tension between and just to know that
we could see Obi-Wan a much stronger presence around a lot more until that falling out with Owen. So yeah.
Well, but he can't be. He cannot be around Owen, and Kenobi cannot come around Luke. I don't think you will ever see him around Luke because he's 10 or 12 years old. And then 8 years later, 9 years later, he's like, who's that old man that rescued me? I mean, he's out in the desert.
Oh, you mean Ben? So he's a neighborhood guy that he knows.
But keep this in mind though. He doesn't have to necessarily be around Luke. Ben, Owen can actually meet him somewhere. Like they can have a meeting point,
Yeah, those two will meet, but I don't think we'll get to see Kenobi and Luke ever.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he only knows him as Ben. That's the thing.
That's
so it's possible they might.
Yeah. They might meet.
They don't have that connection where he's Obi-Wan.
That old wizard. He's like, no one even knows. Do you think they're talking about like that guy out there? So if he's 11 years old, 10 or 11, he would remember 10 years later. He lives on a planet where he doesn't see anybody. So he would kind of know the old man that lives up the hill. So so I just don't think they're going to have too much interaction.
Yeah.
Can't trust him or anything.
Yeah. I wanted to bring this up real quick just to kind of refresh everybody, get everybody's refresher on who's actually in this film. With just certain new additions. We know that we had got this about a year ago, almost now that we knew that this was going to be the cast. So just to kind of give people a quick reminder, Joel Edgerton is returning as Owen. We have Bonnie, who is actually returning as, Baru. So that's going to be amazing to see. Kamal Nagiani. Now we don't know who he's going to be yet. But it'll be interesting to see. I hope they don't make him like some CGI character, man. I hope they just flesh him out. No CGI.
If he's just like a merchant in the sands of Tatooine?
Yeah, it might be a merchant.
He's a droid.
Indira's coming.
That would be cool, actually. I like that idea of him being a droid.
A droid.
I think Indira will be an Inquisitor.
Well, I don't know
God.
because they showed her in an Imperial outfit before behind the scenes. They showed her in that, so I don't think that she's going to be an
Rupert's
Inquisitor.
badass. So I think he's going to be one of the.
Oh yeah, he's going to be an Inquisitor. Definitely, he's going to be an Inquisitor, and Sung Kang's going to be an Inquisitor as well.
Yeah, and I saw a picture somewhere of Rupert practicing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
training. Yeah, he's training with something. So
See.
Is that
Yeah.
Little Ice Cube?
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson
That's
Jr.?
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
yes,
Wow.
Yeah, you
I
didn't
didn't
know he was in this, bro?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
check him
O'Shea's
out.
in it, bro.
Wow, Little Cube. Look at that.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
definitely in it, bro. They had that name on there. He was like one of the, the ones that were definitely mentioned. Simone Kessel. You know what? She looks like she could be an inquisitor, like a second sister or something. Like she looks like she could be. She does look like she could be. I don't know. And then Moses Ingram, she could
Yes.
also be an inquisitor.
Yeah.
If you don't know who she is, if you actually haven't seen the Queen's Gambit, man,
Oh yeah, keep hoping that. Yeah.
she was crazy in that
it
film.
was amazing.
She was definitely. And of course, we know Hayden Christensen. Come on, man. You already know what time it is. We're getting him back. Who's
I was
his?
going to add though really quick about Hayden, and you were talking about Mustafar and the fighting.
Yeah.
If they're going to bring back Hayden, they've got to bring back Hayden in a real form, not a flashback.
Oh, yo, no, they're
I don't want a snack. I want him
yeah.
doing something, even if it's horrible. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely. I think you'll definitely. We're going to see him. Well, we're going to actually see him as probably a couple of. Here, put it this way: we're going to see him in true form, but I mean, I think we're going to also see it in flashbacks as well. Just interactions that they've had in the back that might be, really important to the narrative that they're trying to project in this show. But definitely, we'll see an unmasked Vader. I know we'll definitely see that, and then on top of that. We might see different iterations because, Vader had a couple suits. You know what I mean? So, you never know what you're going to get with it. But I'm just excited to see how it plays out.
He better have the red lens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, I just want to see the one mask, the helmetless masks one he has.
Yeah.
It's just a breather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, yeah. That would
You guys
definitely
think
be-
that we'll actually see him flashbacks as God, I hate flashbacks in general.
I
but-
don't. Well, here's the
but
thing: is
but
this
as
so
Anakin though? You know what I
there-
mean?
possibly, bro?
That
Like
would
we
be
can't
cool.
get around
I
that.
would- yeah, I would love to see that.
We can't. We definitely can't get around that because, like I said, they're going to show some recent interactions with Obi-Wan and Anakin. Basically in the Jedi Temple or
Back
on a
to
mission.
Back
Yeah,
to
then-
take flashbacks for Mario. All,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope we don't do
thanks.
that.
I'm looking forward to it, bro.
all
For me,
fucking things.
I'm thinking, or at least I can't get out of my mind, is the game Jedi Fallen Order. Because for some reason, I feel like this series is going to be very similar to it. But I don't know why I have that feeling, but it has so many of the elements that we've been talking about tonight, and the approach that we've been talking about tonight. One thing it has in it is a Night Sister.
Yeah.
And I would love to see, like if a Night Sister were around, but it's not absolutely essential. But, the idea that this particular Jedi has been running away and has managed to elude, let's say Darth Vader. And then, in the game, he actually does get confronted by Darth Vader. So
Yeah.
I can't help but think of that game and think that that's what part of this series might be like. For me, anyway, that's what I'm thinking it will be like.
I agree, 100%. I think
Yeah.
she's right. I think it'll have some, not like a tie-in, but that time. So it's going to be that kind of politics are going on right now. Vader's still out there hunting. He's basically bounty hunting Jedis and cleanup crew across the galaxy. So I think that's because he's only you said about 10 years into this, so he's still pretty much Anakin kind of in there still. He hasn't made that crossover where he's just a monster. So
Yeah. I mean, again, that's what I think we're going to see a really conflicted version of Vader. It's not going to be played it's going to be played. I'm hoping that we'll discover more. Like we'll see a totally different side of Vader. Really dealing with the repercussions of his choice. You know what I mean? And his choices. Whether or not he's made the best decision. I would love to see, something like that. I mean, because there's so many, and on top of it, come on, we're getting James Earl Jones back as the voice of Vader. I'm so happy about that as well. But yeah.
Whoa. For real?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
He's coming back. He
Yeah,
will be the
hold on.
voice as Vader.
First of all, hang on. Let me process this.
Yeah.
So we have John Williams coming back
Yes.
to score something,
Yes.
and you're telling me that James Earl Jones is coming back too?
As the voice of Vader. Yep.
Wow.
Hey, bro.
Me.
Yeah, this is special.
Ooh.
That's why I said
man.
it's like a
Yeah.
one-off. It's almost like a
Yeah.
gift. It's more than a series. It's like a gift to us fans.
Yeah, bro.
Because it's like we're going to give you a 4-hour movie,
Yeah.
but this is the end of it for Kenobi. So
I
You
just
know what
hope
comes
they
to
have-
mind?
Yeah.
You guys remember in Endgame? Was it Endgame when
Yeah.
when Hawkeye meets Black Widow and he says, "Don't give me hope."
Yeah.
I'm like that in the rain right now, bro. Don't give me hope.
I'm giving you hope, bro. I'm telling you, like James Earl Jones is already confirmed is coming back for the voices Vader. I
just
think,
hope-
and I think they were
Yeah.
because they were talking about they were already pre-recorded, like not pre-recorded. They had actually had them in the studio recording and stuff like that. So yeah, but you can't. I mean, you gonna bring us? You can't give us Vader without giving us James Earl, bro. You
I
have
just hope
to.
they have James Earl Jones in the studio just reading the dictionary so that they can synthesize his voice. Because that's what they did with Luke at the end of Mando season 2. That was all synthesized. He didn't say those lines. I don't know if that was Luke talking in the recent appearance, but in the rescue episode was all a synthesized voice. So put James Earl Jones. God forbid anything happened to him, but if it does, keep him in a booth just reading any random words, so that way if they ever want to do something with Vader in a movie or a show, at least that's secured.
but have him
Yeah.
read it 3 ways: regular, happy, and like sad.
All of them.
Every single word 3 ways.
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta love the idea that they can actually synthesize his voice, considering what
That's
happened
what I
in
was going to
Rogue One.
say. You know, James Earl Jones, because he said James Earl, but due to his age, his voice sounded weak in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Synthesized augmentation, and that's the technology that's out right now, where they can make any voice. That's the same thing that they did with
That's scary, man.
yeah, what they did with Mark Hamill.
Crazy.
You know, to basically make it sound in a more augmented way of using his voice. And just imagine with technology what they can actually do, where James Earl Jones can speak the lines, they can give it more bass, give it more strength, more depth. So there's do not worry about that, my guy. It's going to be okay. It's in good hands. We are in good hands.
I'm getting
Trust me.
goosebumps, bro. Just thinking
We are
about
in good
this, man.
hands.
I'm like,
So
yo.
trust me, it's not something that you have to worry about. Sun Kang, of course, like I said, we talked about this before. He is going to be an Inquisitor. You know, so you know, I can't, man. That has been one of my biggest things is to actually see. I don't know. It's why I'm so excited. I wanted to see an Inquisitor so bad in live action.
Do you think we'll get
And-
the helicopter?
God, I hope not.
I hope not. That's the only thing I don't want to see, bro. Don't give me that. I do not want to see. I don't want to see helicopter.
I don't want to have to defend the helicopter on the internet.
Yeah, nah.
And there's not really much defense to it. You just gotta take that L. If they have the helicopter move, yeah, there's not much that you can say to justify that. It's
Yeah,
just,
there's no coming back from that. I definitely don't want the helicopter. We don't need that. Yes, Charlie Unicorn wants Hot Toys Inquisitors. Yes, I do, and I know I'm going. I've wanted that. I've wanted an Inquisitor Hot Toy. You know, since Jedi Fallen Order. Like seriously,
That second sister, man.
the second sister, bro, was
Dude.
incredible, bro,
Yeah.
and I wanted
Yeah,
that
amazing.
so bad, man. And it was a missed opportunity, like literally so bad. I wanted it. So we're getting Inquisitors in here. Yes, they have to give them to us because come on, man, like it just makes so much sense, so much. And can you imagine an Inquisitor seeing a couple Inquisitors around Vader, bro? The chills that I would actually get with that, bro, like just him sending them off. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Oh, just imagine Ninth Sister.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah, man. There's so many possibilities, man.
it is.
Can't wait till May.
There's so much baked into these episodes, man. I'm super excited to know that we're just getting more content. My thing is the writing is there. Don't fuck this up. Like, don't fuck this up. Like, literally, I don't want division. And that's the thing that I want to escape is that division. How divisive Boba was, compared to Mando. Like literally, because you got to remember, like we're not only getting this show, but we have so many different shows filtering down. Andor, we have, the Acolyte. We have,
Yeah, but you can't say that. You know this. Our community, the first rule of Star Wars is someone's gonna shit on Star Wars.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's the whole thing. So as beautiful and as perfect as they make this series,
There's going to still be divisiveness. Yeah,
someone's gonna fucking hate it. They're gonna be like, "Fucking James Earl Jones, come on! Couldn't they get somebody better?" There's gonna be a whole page devoted to how shitty Ewan McGregor's beard looks.
yeah.
So
I don't think anybody's gonna be that brave to call out James Earl Jones, to be honest. But,
Oh yeah. So they don't want to get
they'll
fucked
get
up.
lit up. They'll get lit up.
Yeah,
people bitched that his voice didn't sound.
Yeah.
But now that we
Yeah.
can actually synthesize it and make him sound
Yeah.
like legit Vader and
Yeah.
Empire or
But people
Creed.
were like pissed about it. This sounds weak.
Yeah, come on, man.
He ruined Vader when he said, "Choke on your aspiration."
Yeah,
I was like,
come on.
I love that.
Yeah.
How Vader
That
talks.
was funny.
That's
"You
just how
ruined
he
my
talks.
childhood.
Yeah.
This is like they're gonna destroy it." I'm like, man, your childhood was not that fucked up then.
And you know what?
So-
If you think about it, I think that the way James Earl Jones did it was perfect. Because what if that was intentional? What if the simple fact, because you got to remember that Vader is still scarred.
Yeah.
He's still dealing with the simple fact that he's healing. So he's not going to sound as strong as people want him to sound. Over time, he may
Someone
develop.
is gonna pick on Vader's belt.
Yeah.
There will
Yeah,
be
man.
there will be another YouTube show all about how Vader's belt sat too high toward the nipples instead of down towards
Or the
crotch.
robes. The
And-
robes are actually over his armor and not underneath it, or the other way around. I mean, yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
his tunic. So I mean, yeah, there'll be critiques of it. I mean, so my thing is just go into it with that love, and
Yeah.
like we're having. Yeah, they're stacking the deck for nostalgia, and
Yeah.
I hope it hits. But the sad thing about nostalgia is like Rogue One did it best.
Yeah.
Solo did it worst. Is
Yeah.
like you can give people nostalgia, but you have to kind of just let it be in there, not
Yeah.
shoehorn it in. And my thing is, I hope that this is going to be a shortened series. It's a one-shot deal. I don't want a lot added to it.
Yeah.
I just kind of give us the power of the things that we love, like the Inquisitors or
Yeah.
Vader and Obi-Wan and those challenges. And you're absolutely right, Vinny. If they never, or someone said they didn't want to leave Tatooine in the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But then do that. Then don't leave it and give us a really good study of a man there. But I can guarantee you, if you tease all this shit and you don't deliver it right, I mean, people are going to be fucking furious. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you make a good point, and something else that I think that needs to be explored is kind of more what we were talking about a little bit earlier in regards to the fact it's really two things: that Vader tends to take chances, and the second thing is that his master tends to put him in precarious situations.
yeah.
And I want to see some of those precarious situations because, God help him for being able to kind of crawl out of a lot of this. Even with all the strength that he has and cunning ability, he still finds himself, a lot of times just escaping at the nick of time. So, it would be nice to kind of see him in a position like that, even after everything we've seen him go through.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have no doubts whatsoever. See, this is the picture that I was talking about earlier when people were hoping. Let me open this real quick. They were hoping that we were talking about the actress and how we were hoping that she was an actual Inquisitor.
I wanted her to be an Inquisitor.
Yeah, this was basically
She's
the
not
leak photo that we got in the background. So it looks like she's like an Imperial officer. This was an offshoot set. I mean, who knows how they're going to play it?
What's the name of the officer in Rebels? That's the female officer. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
remember
who.
the
That's the
name.
first person I thought about.
Oh, I can't think of her name.
Short
And-
hair.
yeah. But
She's
I think that's her because her specialty was hunting down rebels. So
Yeah. So it's a lot. But yeah, this is basically what she's doing. So again, I can't say it enough. I'm basically all in for it.
Maya, is it Arinda Price? Does that ring a bell?
Just
looked it up on
Governor Price.
Wikipedia.
Governor Price.
Yeah, Governor Price.
With the short hair, right? Yeah.
Yep, that was her. She was basically the right hand at that particular point, which, of course, Thrawn questioned her
I'm
constantly.
gonna hit this up, and they're right, because 6 episodes at an hour each, that's 3 hour or 3 movies.
Yeah.
They're giving us 3 movies.
Yeah.
Basically a trilogy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'll be up at 3:00 in the morning every single Wednesday night.
At 6 a.m. I'll have watched it like 3 times.
Yeah, definitely. What you got here, Mario? Let me bring that up real quick. Yep, there we go. May 20. Look at that. That's the schedule. We got May 1st. May 25th, June 1st, June 8th, June 15th. Yeah.
And did you see the schedule for? They're gonna film. Mando 3 is finishing March 25th or 26th.
Isn't Celebration on the 20?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, actually. What's fitting is that, Leo, we got to find a spot to watch it, bro. If you're going to be out here, May 25th,
we got it.
That's a Friday, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
What if they show, bro? What if they show the first episode at Celebration, bro?
Wow.
When they pack everybody in the room and they show the first episode cinematically at Celebration, which I think they could potentially do. Because they have not announced the slate yet, bro. They haven't.
Oh, actually, no. The celebration starts the 26th, actually, the day after this.
It starts the day
So
after.
They can still show it at Celebration.
They can actually still show it.
They can definitely still show it at Celebration.
A preview night.
Yep, they can definitely have like a preview night of this, man. It's gonna be exciting, bro. It's definitely I'm. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Like I just man.
The 5th episode will be the best one. That's my birthday.
What, June 22nd?
The 6th episode is my birthday, bro. Yo, the 6th episode is my birthday, bro. Nice.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, we're getting some good birthday presents this year, bro.
Yo, some bitches. My birthday is October, man. I don't get no love. That's some fucked up shit.
My ass is in October. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm in October too.
There you
October 25th.
Yeah,
So-
but on the other side of it, we're a lot cooler. So
Yeah.
Go to you, Arum. We all talked about our birthday months. Where are you at?
I'm in May, very close to.
Closer to June.
There
We
you
went.
go.
All right.
So what? Come on, man. October, we fall babies though. We bring the love, man. Straight up.
On our birthday.
We October. We bring in cuffing season. So you already know. We definitely bring in the cuffing season. But
everybody says fall is their favorite time of year.
yeah, man, definitely, man.
They're
You know
both
what?
nice times a year.
It also
Yeah.
lets you know what our parents were doing in January.
Yeah, I know,
Christmas,
right?
Merry Christmas,
I'm
Happy
thinking
New
about
Year,
what my
right?
parents were doing.
in January and
Busy.
in September.
And that-
Getting busy. That's what they was doing.
Mhm.
It was cold.
Charlie
It's
the
like it's cold
Unicorn.
outside.
There was
They-
nothing to do.
Yeah, Charlie the Unicorn brings up a great point, man. The 25th is actually the 45th anniversary
yeah.
for the original Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
77.
45 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Wow.
what I'm saying, bro. We're getting a lot of love. Like we're getting a lot of stuff. That's coming around this time. Where it says Charlie Unicorn, what do you say? Lake Studios, true enough for Leo. What do you say? What Lake Studios say, man? Let me check this out. Raise your hand if you're praying for the wallet. Praying for your wallet because you know that Hot Toys will blow everyone's wallet when this show comes. You already know that.
Yes.
That's a no-brainer. Like that's come on, man. And you know what? The one thing I was thinking about that I wanted to actually bring up here as well, because we gotta also pay homage to the lady that's really gonna helm this and bring it all together. That I actually have the utmost trust in.
Deborah Chow.
Deborah Chow, definitely. Like, I mean,
Fuck yeah.
I trust everything about her, everything that she's going to do with this. she had such a magnificent episode in The Mandalorian. Episodes, like, she killed it. You know what I mean? So I trust everything about it. I think, she's just as passionate about it.
She's a fan.
Yeah, she's a super fan. She's definitely a super fan. So I'm just overwhelmed with excitement. I mean, I think it's in good hands. We're going to get, some good material. And yeah, man, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I'm super stoked about it. Definitely, man. We're getting what we want. What you think? What you guys think? Y'all happy? You're just happy as I am, man.
I'm excited. I'm elated. I'm like, can't wait for May 25th to come.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, like someone said, though, it is like a new trilogy, and the fact that they're giving her her own trilogy,
Yeah.
and they're giving her this story, gets to carry it through, which, really and truly, The Mandalorian and Book of Boba are, John and Dave. So this is really neat that she's getting to work on this and tell it throughout.
To tell it, yeah, exactly.
They're not bringing in guest directors or anyone. It's her. So
is it? And this ain't, like, I'm telling you, like, this, I actually believe. As a matter of fact, I know I'm coining it. Like, this is going to be the biggest show on Disney Plus. Like, literally, because this is what people have been waiting for so long.
It is the one we've been waiting for the longest.
For so long. It's going to be the biggest show
and I think
Disney
it'll be
Plus.
the only one they put on DVD or Blu-ray. I think at the end, because it's a standalone.
You know what? You bring up a very interesting point. They just might do that.
I think it's the only one they will, because it's only 6 hours. They can put it on a disc and or make a set 1 through 3. But they know they won't be coming back to it, so you can kind of milk this one and hit it, because it's like I said, like, we're gonna see Ahsoka series, we're gonna see Mando series, we're gonna have a Cassian series, which that's why I think Kenobi won't really touch on the rebellion too much, because Cassian's whole series is about the rebels and how it started. It's going to be the building of the rebel empire, or the rebel bases and stuff. So I think with this one, it's just going to be a beautiful one-off, giving like fan film.
Yeah. But can you imagine how much pressure if this succeeds, and again, it's like we always want to temper our expectations and our excitement. But if this succeeds, how much of a bar it's going to set for the rest, and the pressure it's going to put on those other shows to be, to be good. I mean, I think out of, my most anticipated after this show is definitely Andor. I cannot wait for Andor. I can't wait for Andor, and then followed by Ahsoka, of course. But Andor, I think, it's going to continue with that feel of what we get and what we want from Star Wars.
It's going to be like Rogue One, but you're getting, like, Diego's amazing.
Yeah.
Narcos, he's fucking amazing actor.
Yeah.
He can carry a series.
Yeah, he definitely can. He
And
definitely can.
Really, I could watch him just make coffee. He's
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not worried about Andor, because it's going to be set and look like Rogue One. It's going to have this superstar. So Kenobi makes me the most nervous of all of these.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you can walk that line of nostalgia and tip a little too fucking camp, or just perfect. So
yeah, we'll see. And you know what's going to be really dope about Andor, and because not only are we getting some of the writers back, we're also getting the composer back. But at the same time, just think about it. Like, Rogue One did the impossible. Not even the impossible. They did something that was extremely magical. Was give us new troopers. Like, they literally gave us the shore troopers, the death troopers. They gave us the tank. They gave us so many different troopers, bro. And it was like, yo. Like, wow, like, I've never seen them before. What they were, you know what I mean? Like, so they opened that door. Just imagine if Andor gives us new ones.
My lowest expectations are for Andor, so everything they do is going to just be in the black for me, because it's not the one that I was most clamoring for, and I love Jim more than Andor in the show, but the world building that they did in Rogue One, I'm looking forward to them expanding upon. But as far as the pressure is definitely on for Kenobi. I want to be through the roof, but it's Star Wars, and I know better. because whenever
Yeah.
I'm through the roof for Star Wars, that's when I get my feelings hurt.
You get your feelings
And I
hurt.
don't want my feelings hurt. So, so I've learned
You got to
to
temper it. You got to
Wars
temper the yeah.
with tempered expectations, and if they wow me, great, and if they don't, it's just like, okay, it's just what it is.
It's
what
like,
it is.
oh well.
And the thing that always has me nervous with Star Wars is when they handle the OG characters. I feel like what Disney is doing now, I feel like it's almost like they do better with their new toys, because there's no expectations. Like whatever they did with Mandalorian was going to be all new to us, so no one was going into it saying he better be this.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Boba Fett with Luke on the planet just by himself, or Han, like we all know what they should be doing because of the books, and when it's not that, we get mad, and
Definitely.
understandably so, because we had 30 years where there was no Star Wars, and we had to build up that world for
Well,
ourselves.
there was Star Wars. I was watching Caravan of Courage. There's been
The
come on now.
Ewok Adventure.
That's all we had. Right?
Droids.
So
Yeah.
We had droids and
it hurts so much more when it's not right, and fans get obviously a little too hurt and too emotional. So I try not to get that upset when shit don't go as planned, but at the same time, it makes me. I feel like they have a better track. I feel like the sequel trilogy wouldn't be as hated if it was completely removed.
Yeah.
If you took Luke and Han and all them out and just had to be a Kylo and Rey story, I don't think people would have minded so much what they did with them. I think it was when they were trying to walk both worlds and they couldn't figure it out. But they had a lot of great stuff with Kylo and a lot of great stuff with Rey. It's just when they tried to do too much and didn't have a great plan of making everybody happy, they just didn't know how to do it. Mando did it a lot better as far as making everybody happy. I mean, and I feel like Kenobi has a chance of doing that too. But it's like they did some great stuff and they did some really shitty stuff. So when it comes to new Star Wars properties, I'm always just like, all right, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Let me go back really quick and get this, because I don't know if I got this earlier. We had like a $2 super chat by Tom Jr. Jackson.
Tom.
No one more iconic than John Williams. Definitely, bro. I agree with you more. And I wanted to get to this because, like I said, my guy Bob Dylan, definitely said it best. He said that this show has the potential to be the true bridge from PT to OT. It could be the most important Star Wars in 2 decades. You're right. You are absolutely right.
And is Obi-Wan still a firm believer in the Jedi ways? These are some questions that I'm curious about. Does he still hold it? I mean, it's not really anything that I care about personally, but I'm just curious as to what his thoughts would be, going forward after everything he's been through, the shock and the horror and the weight of everything on him. Is he, what are these things that are going through his mind? And it has to be something he's thinking about constantly, because it was his whole life. This was his whole life was about this.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
now it's almost as if, I'm not going to say this is really 100% the case, but it's almost like this picture here. It's almost like he has a lot of time to think about this.
Yeah.
And, it's like, it's got to be hard on him. That's something that I actually feel when I see this, this poster of him.
Yeah, definitely. Again, look, we always say that we got to temper our expectations, but expect the worst, pray for the best. I think but here's the thing is, like, I have faith in Deborah Chow. I have faith that there's going to be a piece of work here. I mean, I love her work. I think she's brilliant. I'm so glad that they got her to direct this series. And to basically be, one of the first women to ever direct a Star Wars, trilogy show. You know what I mean? To direct a full fleshed out.
The whole thing.
To do the whole thing, and which basically, if you get her, come on, Bryce Dallas Howard, she's next. She needs hers. She needs her due, and that's what I love about it. I love that they're giving them a chance to do it, and they are putting out remarkable pieces of work. So I'm excited. I know everybody else in the chat is, but again, we're gonna end the show here. It's 2 minutes. We're actually gonna end it at 1:30. So definitely, I'm excited. I know everybody on the panels here, and I know Mario Sleep. He's the most busiest man in Hollywood right now. So we got to make sure, he gets his sleep. He gets his. All of us get our rest. But I'm so glad everybody joined in tonight's discussion. CC3PO, we will see you next week. I hope so. Vinny, what you got coming up next besides that beautiful piece that we actually saw yours, brother?
Thank you, sir. I am switching gears. I'm working on a anime piece now. I should have it coming out soon. and then I'm working on like a big project that'll probably take me a couple weeks. Other than that, I'm just catching up on a lot of reading and catch up on shows. Just finished Peacemaker, non Star Wars, but that was good, and just looking forward to comic book talk with friends on Monday, and then
yes.
for the next Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday.
Yes, you already know. What do you got coming up next on your lovely channel?
Well, yes, as you know, I have my YouTube channel called Positive Fandom. I also stream on Twitch under one word, Positive Fandom, where I do reviews and live streams and more. On Monday nights, you can find me streaming with Lorena Creole on Toxic Femininity. And sometimes on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'm here on the 1/6 Scale Man Network.
Yes.
Always on Thursdays with Uncivilized Scoundrels right here on this show.
Yes.
On Friday afternoons, you can find me at 12 p.m. Eastern streaming with Midnight's Edge with Tom and Andre and Cameron Pasha. And of course,
Definitely.
Friday nights, I am streaming with Lael and Robert Myra Burnett on Midnight Meta on the Burnett Network, along with my PGS All-Stars and PGS review shows. And on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch me live on my Sunday brunch show where I parlay about all the good stuff happening in the fandom. So please come and check it out.
Definitely. So excited about that. Extremely excited. Yeah. Maya, what you got coming up?
You can catch me if you're in still going to taking college courses. Do a little bit of lecture series around the country. I've got one coming up, series for I'll be speaking for some Harvard classes. So
Yeah.
I do that every once in a while. So that's really cool. But Geeks Shall Inherit the Earth. It is a Facebook group and has an Instagram also. But it's just for positivity with LGBTQ and anyone in between and anyone that's just an ally. But it's a positive, safe space for people to come and share their geekdom and don't have to worry about people picking on them about stuff. So
definitely
have your love, express your love, and not get picked on. So kind of a little space for that. But I love all of the fans, and there's a couple in here that have been really good tonight. So thank you guys, and thanks again, Ella, for having me on.
Oh, definitely. You know, gotta have you on this show. We bring the magic here. Mario, what's going on, man? What's going on your channel, man? What you got coming up, brother?
So this Saturday, we've got a live stream coming up with 1/6 Fix, both Gigi and Marco. We're going to be talking to see if we can go ahead and talk them to the dark side and pick up a couple statues. So we're going to introduce some of that in their life. It's going to be a fun time. Saturday morning, I'll be with Anthony over on 1/6 Scale Mafia, or 6 Scale Mafia, rather, doing our Pose review. We're going through the Rogue One line, and this Saturday, we're going to be doing Jin Urso. So that'll be a fun time.
What time y'all doing it again?
We are going on at 11 a.m. Pacific, so about 2 o'clock your time.
I'm gonna try to see if I can. I'm gonna try to basically
slide
see
on
if
by,
I can.
man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to slide.
You know,
by,
I mean,
bro.
you're Jin. We know Jin's your favorite one in the collection.
You already
man,
know that,
and,
bro.
You know,
she's my
we
girl.
gotta have you on.
She's my girl. Everybody knows that. This girl right here is my girl. Yes, definitely, bro. That's my girl piece. But
she said, I have her, but my grail is the Imperial disguise.
Oh, I have that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh. Because I love my deluxe. I mean, don't get me wrong, but the Jin Urso, I missed it. I had it in my box. I pre-ordered it, and I had to cancel my pre-order. We were moving.
Do I? Come on, man. Yes, you know I have the Imperial disguise. Yes, I have her in all her glory. Look how beautiful she is. Look at that figure. Look at that figure. She is incredible, man. Come on.
I'm on the hunt.
It's Jin Urso. You don't have it yet?
No, I have the deluxe, just regular Jin Urso deluxe.
Yeah.
But I had her from Sideshow. I put her as a pre-order. Yeah. And then we were moving, and I had to cancel all my pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like $800.
Man, as soon as she went up for pre-order, bam, I was there. It was a no-brainer. Like, I just knew it. I had to have her. I did not hesitate. It was like, bam, yes, mine, paid it off. I didn't even actually pre-order. I paid it off. It's like I'm just paying it.
My wife
figure, I think it was the first one we actually did for the Pose review, man, and it was received fairly well. So it's gonna be fun to go back to Jin Urso again.
My wife said I can get 4 new figures instead of getting her. I just want to buy her, but she's like $800. My wife goes, "You're not buying a doll,
They're not
just for her
dolls.
clothes, just
Action
for
figures. Action figure.
These are
Six-scale
six-scale
figures.
works of art.
You're buying $800 doll for clothes," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" But she won't let me.
It's such a beautifully tailored piece. It's remarkable, extremely remarkable. I love it.
It's the same head sculpt, though, right?
Yeah, it's slightly modified. It's slightly different. It's slightly different from the other version.
Just the eyes are looking off to one side,
Yeah,
where the other
yeah,
one is just looking
yeah.
straight forward. But
It
pretty much
looks
the
like
same
it's a
sculpt.
little different too.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love this piece, man. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. I'm actually go ahead and address the chat real quick. Let me take myself off solo. Let me solo them here. I don't need that anymore, man. Let's see here. We got, again, thank you everybody for coming. Bob, thank you for coming. Bob Dylan, my guy, always. Thank you for basically being here. All right, at 45 RPM, thank you for basically being here. We got Loco Lou in the building. Actually, also, tomorrow, if you haven't already, before I actually go in and close us out, if you haven't already subscribed to the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, please basically do that. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share. As always, tomorrow is Figure Flex Friday, inspired by the one and only Mario himself. But Figure Flex Friday, we actually coined it. So just tune in for that, where we just flex on y'all with figures. It was a hit last Friday. You don't want to miss tomorrow's show. It's going to be exciting. We're going to have a couple of, Iron Logan's going to actually be on there. We're going to have him on there. And there's also going to be another guest, another guy that's actually going to be stopping through. I'm so glad and happy that he's going to be there with us tomorrow. We're going to actually have 1/6 Figure Focus on the show tomorrow night. So he's actually going to be there as well. And anybody else who wants to come through and pose up, Loco Lou's going to be there. It's going to be me and whoever else is going to be there. We just going to pose up and just have some fun. So stay tuned tomorrow night. Mario, man, when you coming on, bro?
Maybe tomorrow, man. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it happen.
We'll see what goes down. Mario make an appearance on a show that he inspired. Come on, man. You know how Loki put the Avengers together. Mario puts Figure Flex Friday together. So that's how it is, man. But yes, so tune in for that if you haven't already. It's going to definitely be an exciting show. So I cannot wait for that. Let's see here, everybody. Let me go ahead and adjust the chat again. Again, Loco Lou is going to be there. Ashley Chase, thank you for coming through. We got, let's see here, Charlie the Unicorn, Ray C, Bloodsport #1. Thank you for being here always. William Owens, Lake Studios. Let's see here, Latoya T. Thank you for being here, baby. I Am Legend, 0000. Thank you for being in the building. Let's see here, M. Dyson, 82997. Thank you for being here. Pedro Lopez, thank you for coming through. Let's see here, Max Geekdom, my guy. Thank you for being here as always. Miss Sunflower, thank you for being here. Matt M. Let's see what else we got. Brett, the movie guy, thank you for being here. Let's see here. Who else we got? Dylan Compton, thank you for actually being here. As always, Clink. Let's see here. I don't think we got a Russian bot tonight, did we? I don't think they came through.
I don't think
they left us
so.
alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's thank God, because they got on my nerve. But it's always a space for everybody. JB Collections, thank you for being here.
Hey.
As always, JB, love having you here. Let's see who else we got in the building. We got H Green 1313. Thank you for coming through. Let's see who else we had in here. Raleigh Reviews, my guy Raleigh, thank you for being here, brother. As always, let's see who else we have. Eric Gant, OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Thank you for coming through. Linda, as always, thank you for being here. Let's see here. What else we got? Joey Dahl was in the building. Let's see here. Who else? Am I missing anyone else? I just want to make sure I get a few more. They are Castro. Thank you for basically being here. Yes. And if I haven't mentioned your name, you are here in spirit as always. You're part of the Uncivilized group as always. Paul Morales, thank you for basically being here as always. Raven AKL, thank you for being here. Jan Michael Jameer, thank you for being here. Yes. It's been a good one, man. Love all you guys. Thank you for being a part of it. Yeah, real quick.
I'm sorry if I may. just again, everybody, this Saturday night as well. Our this Uncivilized Scoundrel that couldn't be here tonight, Cece, she's got a show coming up on Rogue 16 this Saturday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. She's going to be going over art prints. A lot of it will probably be Star Wars, and then some other stuff that she might talk about as well. So y'all go support Cece at Rogue 16 this Saturday night.
Yes, make sure you do that. I'm actually because I think I actually set a reminder for it.
Sweet.
So I'll definitely
right.
be watching, man. You know that we got to support CC. CC is just CC. Come on, man. CC is amazing. She's such a kind person, bro. Like her spirit is so welcoming.
She's one of the
man.
best, man.
She's one of the best people I know, man. So CC, come on, man. Please follow CC3PO Rogue 16 on YouTube and IG. Come on, man. You know what time it is. But anyway, thanks everybody for actually coming through tonight. As always, you're welcome. We love you guys. We love your support for the channel. As always, peace and love, and just remember, as always, stay uncivilized as we are. Peace.
So uncivilized.